Well, hello and welcome again to another episode of Bytes Live. I'm Mike DelVisco, and I thought I'd talk a little bit about two of my absolute favorite baits to go fish, and they're both topwater baits. This time of year in the fall, I rarely go fishing without one of these two tied on, and pretty much 99% of the time I'm out fishing, I never go without having a buzzbait tied on. Topwater baits are just real fun to fish, plain and simple. There's nothing like seeing a big old fish come up and bite your topwater bait. And for some reason, this time of year, there's a couple different baits that I really like. And the first one is a walking style bait. This is a Rapala skitter walk. Side to side type walking bait, and the other one is a bait that I'm sure everybody's got and everybody fishes, and it's a buzz bait. A buzz bait is a great search tool all throughout the year, but especially in the fall. And it's a bait that catches a lot of big fish too. You can throw it all day long. A lot of people think that topwater baits only work in the morning and the evening, but they work all day long. And in fact, this time of year in the fall, you can catch them from sun up to sundown and anything in between on it. And one of my favorite places to go fish a buzzbait is in the backs of pockets and in the backs of creeks, all the way back, especially when you get on some of these clear water lakes, for example. The backs of those areas tend to stain up a little bit better than the main lake does, and really you can throw this buzzbait in the backs of all that type of cover. And in the fall, when the water starts to drop a little bit, it kind of exposes some of that cover that's out off the bank a little bit, some of that real subtle stuff, and exposes it to where you can throw at it. And the thing I like to do with a buzzbait is I like to make sure that I cover all the little pieces of cover that I see. Hit it from different angles, hit it from different directions and things like that. And in the fall, one of my favorite patterns for fishing a buzzbait is to get all the way back in some of those little pockets, all the way down the end to where it kind of bottoms out, especially some of those creeks that have a little feeder coming into them. And I like to throw that buzzbait as far back in that stuff as I can get it. And a lot of times you may not catch fish out of every single one that you get, but when you find the right one, you're going to catch a real big fish. One little trick for making your buzzbait a whole lot better is something that I like to do on virtually every bait, and I'm gonna pinch that rivet down on the back of my bait just like that. By doing that, what happens is your buzzbait makes a different kind of a squeal. When you pinch that rivet down, it cannot revolve when this blade revolves now. Now what you get is you get the blade rubbing against that rivet, and it really makes your bait squeal a whole lot better. And for some reason, I just catch more fish with it like that than I do traditionally. So that's the one little modification I'm going to do with my buzzbait before I start fishing it, is pinch that rivet down, or get a pair of pliers and crimp it down a little bit so it can't move, and your blades will actually squeal against it. Awesome bait to fish. Get yourself a buzzbait and go throw it. The other style of bait that I really like is a walking style bait, like this right here. This is a Rapala skitter walk, and it's the type of bait where you throw it out and you fish it, and when you're retrieving this bait, if you're doing it the right way, it's going to walk from side to side, just like this. And it's a bait that I'm going to fish in a variety of different places, out off of points, maybe right down the middle of some deep pockets. And it's got the ability to really draw the fish up from deeper water, especially some of these clear lakes. This time of year, the fish start to school up real good. They may be suspended down 10 feet over, 20, 30 foot of water. But by throwing one of these baits, it's got a big profile, a big silhouette. When you're working the bait, it's actually, fairly slow, and you can throw this bait out and walk it and kind of keep it in that same strike zone for a real long time. And it'll draw the fish up from deep water. Now the cadence, what you want to do, this takes a little bit of time, is you want to use more rod action and less reel action. You're really only using your reel to pull up the slack. You're using the rod to work that bait from side to side. So develop that cadence. And the best place that I like to fish these type baits are especially bluff walls and deeper ledges and things like that. Awesome places for being able to do that, and it'll draw those fish up from deeper water, like I said. So fall time of the year, get yourself a walking bait, get yourself a buzz bait, fish a combination of patterns, being at backwater pockets and main lake stuff, bluffs, points, pockets, middle of pockets. You can cover an awful lot of water with both of these topwater baits. I'm Mike DelVisco. I'll see you next time right here on Bass Bytes Live, and get out and do some topwater fishing this weekend if you get a chance.
If you're a hardcore bass pro or just a weekend warrior, call us or log in to get the latest products. Our entire staff is made up of fanatical bass anglers. We have one of the largest inventories in the nation. So when you absolutely gotta have it, shop Bass Tackle Depot, where the pros shop. 1-800-591-7171 or BassTackleDepot.com 24 hours a day.